Hey guys, it's Brian here, and it is Slashback Saturday again. And the theme that Joe the Horror Man has set for this week is B-sided slashers. Now, this is really interesting what he's done here. He's done like a music reference. Now, back in the days of vinyl, the singles would be released on 45s. The more popular song would be the A side, and the less popular song would be the B side. So essentially, what we're doing for this challenge is we're taking directors' less popular movie and reviewing it, as long as it's a slasher. So I've chosen to watch. I think this is 2015's See No Evil 2. This was directed by the Soska sisters, and their more popular film is obviously American Mary. Now this one pretty much picks up right where the last one left off. This one stars Daniel Harris and Catherine Isabel, which is really cool to see them together in the same movie. And this one picks up right where the last film left off, which is kind of like a negative in a way because you really should watch the first film before watching this one. But Danielle Harris's character, she's working at this morgue, and it's her birthday, and it's the end of her shift, and she's getting ready to take off and celebrate her birthday with her friends. But when the bodies from the previous movie show up at the morgue, she decides to stay on and work through her birthday. Um, and her friends decide, rather than to hold off on doing her party, they would come to the morgue as well and celebrate at the morgue. But unfortunately for them, Jacob Goodnight isn't dead. And he obviously he gets up and starts killing them all off, and they're trapped in the basement of this morgue. So that's pretty much the plot of this one. Now, when I initially watched this movie, I was kind of disappointed because I thought that it would have been better had they done an original movie for their follow up to American Mary, as opposed to going into a sequel to something they didn't even create. Gregory Dark directed the first See No Evil, and there was controversy, not so much with that, but with the films he made before, because he was an adult filmmaker who made these weird adult films. Um, but when rewatching this one, I actually really enjoyed this one. This one actually fixed some of the problems I had with the first movie. Like in this one, they give Jacob Goodnight a mask, which was cool because of the damage to his face from the previous film. Like he had like a pipe go through his eye or something like that. But he really should have been dead. I remember watching the first movie and thinking, "There's no way they're making a sequel to this." And then lo and behold, like 8 years later or whatever it was, they made a sequel. The kills are really good in this one. I like the cast in this one. This one is a little open ended though, which is okay, but there still hasn't been like another sequel to this. Maybe there will be at some point, like a third See No Evil film. I don't know, but I do enjoy this one. And I'm kind of glad they made it. I'm still waiting for them to make a film as good as American Mary though. Like they made like a WWE prison movie after this one, and they also, of course, made the remake to the Rabid, which I thought was okay. My problem with that one was it didn't feel like a Cronenberg movie. It felt more like a Brian Usna movie. There was some weirdness in that one, but and of course they had the short uh, story in the ABCs of Death Part Two, which was kind of weird. So, all right, guys, that's pretty much it. I would recommend this one if you haven't seen it. But just make sure you watch the first film first because they kind of go together. Like, this is like watching half the story here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you all later.